welcome back, everybody. When you think of American food, what comes to mind?
Well,
on the History Channel's The Food That Built America, host Adam Richman explores the culinary delights and oopsies that make up U.S. cuisine.
That's right. This morning, Adam Richman himself is here to tell us all about season 5. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, all right, before we get to the show, I used to rush home from elementary school to watch The Guiding Light. And I know you were on that show at one point. What was that like?
So I was on one episode playing, I kid you not, the role of the lurker. And the funniest thing was the Razor flip phone cell phone had just come out. And the sight gag was, I looked like some creepy hooded figure. And from the angle, it looked as though I was raising a knife. But then when they came back from commercial, I had a flip phone. And yeah, I mean, look, it's a way to pay off your student loans.
Absolutely.
The other thing was my stage combat teacher from Yale Drama was the combat teacher, the combat coordinator for it. So he told this actress, he was like, "Oh, I trained Adam. You could beat the heck out of him." And she came at me like a Comanche. It was like pretty intense.
And speaking of Yale Drama, we're both very impressed that you went to Yale Drama.
Very impressed. That's so cool.
Thank you. Yeah, Mom got the sticker for the windshield. I got thousands of dollars in debt. But no, it was a really cool. Really deeply formative experience. And it's been just so wonderful to see so many of my classmates or people that were in school, because it's a 3-year program. So Catherine Hahn from WandaVision and Step Brothers, she was a third year. My classmate Malik Pancholi was on 30 Rock and Pitch and Weeds. And it's really wonderful to see. My friend Peter Macon was in the show The Orville, and he's on Family Guy now. So it's super cool. And plus, I loved spending the years in Connecticut. It was like the greatest thing ever.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. So you have such an interesting background, as you were just talking about, and this show looks so interesting. Tell us about what's coming up in this new season. I know you've talked about the history of American cheese and the burger rivalries. What's coming up this season? Can you give us a little taste?
I mean, I see what you did there.
See what you did there?
One of the things that I think is so great is that because, like, whether it's patterns of immigration or the way the economy goes, people don't realize that so many of our favorite foods actually have, a direct effect. So, it's crazy to think, I've been eating, for example, Pepperidge Farm cookies for a good chunk of my life, as you can tell from my ballet-esque figure. But I never realized, for example, that the reason they have the names they do is to appeal to GIs that were returning from Brussels and Geneva and Milano and so on.
I never knew that.
And so the idea that you can go to the supermarket and you can see delicious foods, but I think what Food That Built America has always done in its 5 seasons is show that, there's the food, but there's like a human story behind it. Like, my great aunt used to make bird's eye frozen vegetables, but then to learn about Clarence Birdseye and how he revolutionized flash freezing. So in this season, whether it's root beer, which is literally one of my favorite things ever, I think if I went to the hospital, they'd say like, my blood type is Barks. But they do lemon lime soda. And the first episode's really fascinating because it gets into something that I think a lot of us take for granted, which is tomato sauce and the spread of Italian food in America. And it's probably very hard to believe when there's a pizzeria on every corner. But there was a time in America where quote unquote ethnic food, like Italian food was so frowned upon. In the 60s, food was just sustenance and it was about value. And pasta was considered something that adults ate and that kids couldn't. And it took a level of dexterity with a fork and a spoon that was not habitual for Americans. And just the idea of like brilliant food scientists realizing kids are an untapped market. You got baby boomers that with canning technologies changed, Campbell's essentially makes the first spooned pasta. And it gets its name because the inventor brings it home for his kids to try. One of the kids drops some on his shirt and goes, "Uh-oh, spaghetti-o."
Oh my God, that's so crazy.
That's
That
the
is-
truth.
I mean, that's
Adam,
so crazy.
Is that
we're-
crazy?
You have to come back because we're out of time right now.
Yeah.
But we want to wish
Oh,
you all
bummer.
the best. Grimsby Town, we hope that your team continues to win.
Thank you so much. Yes, them and Tottenham Hotspur.
Absolutely.
For my sins, I support teams that are allergic to winning.
Thank you so much.
Take
for being
care,
with us.
Adam. It was great to meet you. Please come back soon.
Let's have a hot dog at Woody's.
All right, very good.
Awesome. Awesome. I love it.
All right, we're featuring some of the best sparkling wine in the